Students, welcome to next video. So in the previous video we had seen the question number. This is I think fourth semester. Let me see, I will take third semester. So today we'll complete the third semester here. Yes, so yesterday we have completed this what is that? Yeah, fifth question is it? So list the type of species that can be studied ZPR spectroscopy, discuss the hyperfine structure. So this we have done yesterday. So today we'll go for the next one, B1, question number 5. How mass Beer spectroscopy is useful technique to understand the structural aspects of Fe3CO12. Okay, so here the mass Beer spectroscopy is asking. This is your question number 5, B1. A1 we have completed yesterday. So mass Beer spectroscopy for Fe3CO12. So he is asking how IR is helpful for this. Okay, first of all you should know this is also very what do you say, the question here, because it depends totally on the structure of Fe3CO12. If you don't know the structure of this, then you are not going to put the correct answer for IR spectral bands here. So you should know that this is how, like this. Okay, Fe3 is there, so you can take I will take some here like this. Okay, 1 2, and here I will take 3. Okay, and all the three you can see here. So there is 3 carbonyl here like this, CO CO CO, 1 2 3, and this has been bridged by the 2 carbonyl. Okay, and you can see the iron in this way. It's bonded here and here. 3 3 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, like this is a structure of the Fe3CO12. This is very much important. If you know this, then you can expect the IR spectroscopy how it is helpful here. Okay, now you can see here this if you see here, so you are having that the environment of this here. So this and this is almost the same here, because there are 2 bridging and 3 carbonyl, 3 carbon. This here you can see this is a different environment here, and that's why if you take the Moss-Beer spectroscopy with respect to intensity, okay, versus speed, okay, millimeter per second, per second, so you are going to get the 2 signals like this. Okay, so you are going to get the 2 signals like this. Okay, so 2 irons are in different chemically they are not equivalent to iron. So here, so they are not chemical equivalent here, so they are having the difference around atmosphere, and that's why you can see that you are going to get the 2 peak here. Okay, so this is how you have to explain for this question. Okay, in how mass based spectroscopy useful technique understanding structural aspects. Okay, next one is C1. You can see here, outline the principles of NQR spectroscopy and explain its importance in distinguishing ionic and covalent bonds. Okay, so this already in 2 marks I think we have discussed with respect to NQR with respect to ionic and covalent band, what he had given in this, that is your NaCl and BrCl, KCl, I think KCl and BrCl. Okay, so EQQ value for KCl was 0, and this will have minus 231 something, or 880 281 like this. Okay, so this is what already I think in 2 marks we have discussed here, this here 2 marks. Okay, Br minus 103, and so this is what something he has asked now. The same here, so how ionic and covalent here, so somewhat you can add that point also here in 2 marks what we have discussed. So that is what he is introducing here. Question number 5, sixth one, outline the principles of NQR spectrum to explain importance of distinguishing ionic and covalent bond. Okay, so this is what, see question, principle of NQR. Okay, so this is what principles of NQR you can based on the resonance absorbance of electromagnetic energy. Okay, and the you can mention about the electronic gradient. Okay, spherical nature. So these all things you can explain here, and nuclear NQR transitions of nuclear, how it can be detected in the absence of magnetic field. Okay, that's why it is also called as zero field and NMR, this NQRs. Okay, so like this you can give the principle, okay, of this with respect to the, what do you say, and even for 2 marks what we had discussed, that point you can mention here. uh, for here we have mentioned in the last video, we have seen that when we are discussing about the EQQ value, the same thing here. Okay, so this point you can add it to that and explain. Okay, so this question. Okay, so how much marks you can see here, HIBC. So how much marks is this question? Let me see how much marks here. Yeah, 4 marks is there. Okay, so 4 marks question is there. So same way, so what some principles of NQR you can mention. Okay, that is a resonance absence of electromagnetic energy in a substance owing to transition between the nuclear energy levels, okay, created by the nuclear and magnetic quadrupole movement here. Okay, nuclear and quadrupole movement interaction with with electric field. Okay, gradient, electric field gradient. Okay, that you can mention. And NQR transitions of nuclei can be detected in the absence of matter. That is zero field NMR. So that's why it's called zero field NMR. That you can mention. And in the previous videos when we are discussing about 2 marks concept of this NQR, why the KCL is having zero EQQ value and equivalent value. Okay. Electric quadrupole equivalent value, as well as the BRCL is having minus 105. So that you can explain here. So 4 marks question, so that is more than sufficient. So next is D1, write a note on zero field splitting. Okay, so zero field splitting, so Cramer's rule you have to write here, zero field splitting, Li, zero splitting. Okay, so here you can write, so when you can see here more than one unpaired electron, Cramer's degeneracy, it comes under Cramer's degeneracy. Okay, so when more than one electron is there, so when more than one unpaired electron is there, so or two unpaired electron, so there what will happen here, so I will take it here. So like this 3, so plus 1 0 minus 1, and they get split into what, plus and minus 1, and this will remain 0. Okay, so this is how the electron splitting will be there, plus s to minus s. Okay, that is your plus 1 0 and minus 1. Okay, so 3 energy are got here. Okay, so when the two electrons are going to interact with this of spin with half and half here, so from the plus spin to minus spin you can see, so there may be the 3 energy state, that is plus 1 0 minus 1, 3 energies got here. And you can see when 3 energies got here because of this electron interaction. So at this, when a degenerate state only, you can see that splitting here in the absence of magnetic field when B is equal to 0. So that is when there is no magnetic field applied, when there is no magnetic field applied. So then also you can see that there is a small splitting here. Okay, and that is we call it as a Cramer's degeneracy. Okay, and this one too, these two doublets what we call as a Cramer's pair. Okay, so this is called as your Cramer's pair or doublet. Okay, so this is what. Okay, so similarly when three unpaired electrons are there, so half plus half plus half. Okay, so when 3 unpaired electrons are there, if you calculate from s to minus s, okay, s to minus s, so what will happen now, so half, so it becomes 3 by 2, then minus of 1, that is your half, then minus half, and then minus 3 by 2. So like this there will be 3 cases now here. If you calculate from s to minus s here, so you can see that, so there will be 3 energy level here, and I can show in this way now 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Okay, at degenerate level, that is your plus, I will write here, plus 3 by 2 plus half minus 3 by 2. And what happens now, so they get splitted here in the absence of magnetic field to plus minus 3 by 2, and here plus minus 1 by 2. Okay, so here you can see this one pair and this one pair is generated here, and that is your two Kramer's pair. So you can two Kramer's pair is generated here, okay, in the absence of magnetic field. So like this, for 5 unpaired electron, 1 2 3 4 5, so that is 5 by 2. Okay, so how many this will be there? So from S to minus S, so how many? 5 by 2, 3 by 2, half. Okay, similarly followed by minus 3 by 2, minus half, minus 5 by 2, 6. So like this. Okay, so that means 3 Kramer's pair is going to be observed here. So this way, this splitting in the absence of magnetic field, and because of the electronic repulsion here, so internal splitting will take place here, and that splitting we call it as a Kramer's degeneracy, or we can call it as a what you say, the zero splitting, zero field splitting. Okay, so that is what you can mention here. So that I think this is more than sufficient. Okay, next. So now here we completed your question number 5. Okay, now question number 6 you can see here. Question number 6, explain the following here. Uh, solutions of chromium hexaaqua ions are pale blue, but chromate is an intense yellow. This I think did not require to be explained. This one you can write it. Okay, so see here, solutions of chromium H2O 6 times plus 3 ions are pale blue in color. So here DD transition you can mention here. Okay, so you can see that DD transition of chromium plus 3 is here, and you know that DD transition is very weak transitions. Okay, for the forbidden here. So and that's why the pale color is been found here. Okay, but in chromate K2CrO4 is an intense yellow color. Why? Because you can see here, so there is LMCT type of a charge transfer, CT transfer here. So that I think you can explain. That is from the O minus 2 to the empty orbitals of chromium here. So there is a flow of electron here, and LMCT we call it as a ligand to metal charge transfer here. Okay, so and that is what because of this CT, so there is no spin selection rule here validated here, but here there is spin selection rule. So because of Laporte's forbidden transitions, you can see that there is a pale yellow, but here there is no as such a spin selection rule for this, and that's why usually you know that charge transfer transitions are more intense, okay, in nature, and that is what the reason you have to write in this case. Okay, so to show the transition here, DD transition splitting, you can show the chromium plus 3 state, number of unpaired electrons, the transition way, and and for this you can show the ligand to transform this one, and both are spin and for Laporte allowed transitions here. Okay, so like this you can mention this concept, and if possible you can draw the LMCT type of MOTs here. So that is why, because see here you can see 5 marks he has asked. Okay, so 2 line for this, 2 line for this will not fetch you the 5 marks here, because that is what I am saying you. So always you have to see the marks and answer. So this question usually we can ask it for 2 marks actually. Okay, so for 2 marks question, this is usually a 2 line sentence, this one and this, why it is like that. But I think yeah, so he has 6th A is for 5 marks, 6th A, that means he has clubbed 2 here, so 5 marks. Yeah, definitely for 2.5 marks, 2.5 marks, now it is okay. No, so need not go for MOT, just you write down 2 points here and 2 points here, that is more than sufficient for 2.5 marks. Okay, little bit of LMCT crude MOT if you show for this is no problem for this. Okay, so this does not require any much explanation here. You know this in the class we have in one video, and also in the class we have I have explained this one. Okay, next. Now this also same thing here. The mu effective value for cobalt hexafluoride hexafluoro 3 minus is 5.53 mu Bohr magneton, which does not agree with the mu s value. Definitely, so you can see here, so mu s value, if you see cobalt 3 minus, that is your plus 3 states, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, D7. Okay, so 3 means D6 system, I think. Okay, so D6 system is there. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, that means you can see here 4 unpaired electron is there. Okay, so chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, D7s2, D7s2, so 3 2 plus 1 6. Okay, so what he has given here now, cobalt plus 3, 5.53. So yes, here actually it is 4 here unpaired, but the 5.53 Bohr magneton value is coming. Actually should come as 4, something 4 should come here, Bohr magneton, but it is coming 5.53 Bohr magneton. Okay, magnetic moment value, and that's what he does not agree with mu s value. So that's what I said, mu s value should come 4 point like this, but it's coming 5 higher side, it is coming. Okay, so why this is happening here? Okay, so along with this is what about the contribution you can mention here. So along with the spin valued value here, so there is orbital contribution. Okay, in this there is a orbital contribution. Okay, so that is your s into s plus 1 plus l into l plus 1. This is what. Okay, so this is what about the value of the orbital mu s plus l. So this is the case where you can see that the mu s value not only about the spin, but it is also orbital contribution is included here, and that's why you have to write with the equation. You have to say that what the mu s value is not having the same value here. Okay, so that is you are having higher value because of the orbital contribution. Spin s into s plus 1 already is there, but along with that l plus l into l plus 1 contribution of the orbital motion of the electrons is also added here. So that thing you can explain here. Okay, yes. Next, what are inner now, yeah, B1 here. So what are inner sphere and outer sphere reactions? Discuss the mechanism of outer sphere electron transfer with an example. Definitely. So already outer sphere mechanisms we see here. Already it is dashing with here one question. This we have discussed. Okay, so this is example of outer sphere only. Again he has repeated here. Again the question says of outer sphere only. So you can explain of this as we have discussed in the previous question. So if you know some other examples, definitely you can show the other examples also. But here what are inner sphere and outer sphere reactions? This you can define the inner sphere versus outer sphere. Okay, so this is via bridge. So electron transfer takes place via bridge formation, without bridge formation. This too very simply we have that is a straightforward question, and in the class, regular class, as well as in one of my inner and outer sphere mechanism video, we have discussed this in a very elaborated way. That is what is the inner sphere and outer sphere mechanism. Okay, so that points clearly you can mention it here. And mechanism of outer sphere already we have discussed in 2 marks question in previous videos, electron transfer with an example. So either you can give this example also, which is already this one. Otherwise if you know some other examples, FECN6 3 minus 4 minus, that also you can mention for the outer sphere mechanism. So you will get full marks for this. Okay, fine. So next one is what is cytochrome P450? What is cytochrome P450? Discuss the structural properties of it. How does it function? So this is what about the cytochrome P450. Okay, I think we have discussed this also in the class, and one of the video I have discussed this in bioionic concepts. Okay, cytochrome P450. Okay, P stands for pigment here, for 450 nanometer. Okay, which absorbs radiation, is absorbed here, and it is found in plants. Okay, found in plants, then animals, bacteria. Okay, so this is what here, and it is facilitating cleavage of oxygen. Okay, so it helps for cleavage of oxygen, oxygen here. Okay, and function as monooxygenase, this is very much important, function as monooxygenase. Okay, and usually they catalyze what the insertion of oxygen atom into the substrate. Okay, so they help for the insertion of oxygen atom into the substrate. Okay, for example, if you take here RH, any alkanes here. Okay, and in the presence of cytochrome 450, so you can see that it is going to form, so less from the hydrocarbon, it is going to form OH. Okay, alcohol. So insertion of oxygen is going to take place here. So like this. Okay, from more toxic you are going to say less toxic, I can say. The substance is going to be formed here. Similarly for aldehyde, you can see if you take aldehyde C double bond H. Okay, so this is aldehyde, again in the presence of cytochrome 450. So you can see that this is introduced into this and you can get here from H the oxygen is introduced here like this, and you can get this molecule, acid molecule. Okay, so from aldehyde to acid, C double bond OH. Then similarly from the alkenes you can show the third reactions. So all we have taken it here. So if you take this alkenes here like this, okay, so here when you treat this with cytochrome 450, so here you are going to see that it is going to form the epoxides. Okay, so like this it is going to form the epoxides. So this is what you can see, epoxides. It is going to form the EPOXIDS epoxides like this. Okay, and most of this cytochrome 450, it is present in the kidneys. Okay, so where the most of the toxic elements are in the from the body is coming to the kidneys here, and this cytochrome 450, they are breaking down all these toxic elements into the less toxic elements, and usually they are being discarded from the body through urine. Okay, so this is what about the cytochrome P450. Okay, so always, and if you see the structural, so it is always it is having the pyrrole ring here, so with iron is in +3 state, and you can see here, so in this way, so it is in pyrrole ring like this. Okay, so you can show some ring here having the water molecule here and sulfur of cysteine here, and this is how you can show the structure of cytochrome P450. Okay, so like this. So this is how pyrrole ring as well as the H2 molecule, and one sulfur of cysteine will be there here. Okay, sulfur of cysteine. Okay, CYST and cysteine, and this is how the what do you say, the cytochrome P450 stands for this, and it's having the molar mass of 50,000 units. Okay, Daltons or units. Molecular weight is 50,000 Daltons like this. So this much you have to explain for this. Okay, if you have written this much, so no doubt definitely you are going to get the full marks. Okay, that is C1 6 question number, that is your 5 marks you are going to get here. Okay, fine. Now last this is remained now question number 7. Okay, so question number 7, I think you can do this example. Already we have done this example here. So frequency is asked here of CD. Okay, carbon to deuterium. Okay, and CH vibration is given here 3000 per centimeter IR spectrum on deuterium. So if I calculate the frequency of CD, okay, mass is given here, and hydrogen is given, and deuterium 2.0 AMU, Avogadro's number is given, everything is given. Just I think we have solved this in the regular class, you can do it. Okay, so this also explains the meaning of recoilless emission and resonant absorption in Mossbeer spectroscopy. So recoilless, you know that. Okay, so this also we have learned. Okay, so recoil emission and absorption of gamma radiations by the atomic nuclei bound in the solids. So this is what this is called as your Mossbeer effect also. Okay, so this is your Mossbeer effect. Okay, nucleus emits or absorbs the gamma rays without loss of the energy to the nuclear. So this thing also you can explain it, recoil emissions. Okay, so Mossbeer effect, definitely Mossbeer effect we have taken very nice points in the regular classes, as well as in one of my Mossbeer spectroscopy video I have explained this of recoil energy, straightforward questions. So this also you can write down. Okay, so as and finally this is what do you understand by NQR group frequencies. This is somewhat a group of frequencies type. The NQR like this, it will not come from where, I don't know, this word has come here, so this is wrong. Okay, explain their use in molecular structural determination. I think this question should get you grace marks for this. Okay, structural determination, I don't know, explain their use of in molecular structural determination, group frequencies. This I don't know from where this NQR group of frequencies where it comes, because we have learned that NQR is quadruple resonance. Okay, so nuclear quadruple resonance, and in this the group frequencies usually in IR and all we have seen here, and they're used in molecular structural determinations. So this is so totally structural determination this, but this is not supporting this here, so this you have to get the grace mark to my this one. This is wrong, question is wrong. Okay, so like this I can say that the whole third semester question paper we have solved here, I have solved here. So it's left to you now. Okay, so you go through this question paper nicely. Once again, answers I have given you, because afterwards you should have the clarity whenever you get the results. Okay, so you should have the clarity. If you fail also, you should know why you failed, well, where you have made mistake. Okay, so that is the reason I have given this all this question paper. Okay, so once or twice you go through this question paper. Only thing is what, this problem I have not just I have told you to see the regular. So this one you can see. If you have any problem, you can comment on that. So I will solve this also. What already I have done this problem in regular classes in one of my videos. Okay, but also if you want this, then definitely you can comment and ask me. I will solve this also. How much marks you can see here. So this is having all 5 marks, 3 questions here. Okay, even recoil emission, this also simple. Okay, one bit diagram you have to explain this here. So explain the meaning of recoilless emission. So that is your Mossberg effect, you have to explain here. Okay, so and resonance absorption, that's what, and resonance absorption in Mossberg spectroscopy. Okay, Mossberg effect you have to mention this here. This also we have taken with the diagram, we have to explain this in the notes we have given you. So this also you can comment and ask me if you have any problem in this question also. So this also I will I have already done this in one of my video and in the class also, if you want, because this is straightforward. Okay, so you have to go for the diagrammatic presentation and you have to explain this because recoil means what, whenever loss of some energy. Okay, so whenever we shoot, what will happen, the gun will come back, that is what recoil means. That force, what the force coming from will go from. Okay, so that much is been that much isn't kicked back, so that is called recoil energies. That's why for Mossberg spectroscopy also we have explained very nicely that, so whatever energy is been gamma rays is going to be passed from that radioactive element is not sufficient enough to excite the another metal ion. Why? Because some of the energy of the radioactive element will be lost in the form of recoil. So we have to make for that recoillessness. Yes, less emission, that means we have to minimize that recoilless we have to minimize that. And that's why the radioactive elements is bound very tightly. Okay, and 3 to 4 this is there, parameters is there, by which we can reduce this recoilless in the mass spectroscopy, so that all the energy is utilized for exciting the another metal ion, and then the nature of that metal can be detected by the via gamma radiations produced by that radioactive element. Okay, so this is what about the recoil emission and resonance absorption. Okay, so that one very nicely we have explained this in one of my video as well as in class, so you can mention. It's straightforward, so no need to so you can see that what point I have given you, you can take that, consider that point, and you can elaborate with the diagram and also you will get 5 marks. So diagram is necessary here, formula is necessary, correct answer is necessary here, and here finally NQR, this is grace marks, those who are obtaining for the question number 7 555. So definitely, so this if you attend, this is correct, no doubt you are going to get 5 and this also will get 5 marks. Okay, if you are attempting this somewhat, if you just touch this question, you will get the 5 marks here. Okay, so this is how uh, seventh question 7 number can be. So here completes your third semester. Okay, so third semester total question here, question paper. Okay, so hope now you will be you will all of you go through this video and solve this and keep it with you, or you can compare the questions what you have written and markings, you can go for marks and finalize the how much you expectation marks for you. Okay, and accordingly if it comes, well and good, but as I said, if it is coming too less or if you are going to fail, uh, then you can go for reach valuation, you will have some confidence. Okay, because all solution is there with you, so you can judge with the answers as well as your expected marks, and you can put for evaluation, you can fight for the exact your passing marks. Okay, this is how this is how it will help you. Okay, hope this is okay. In the next video we will go for the next descriptive solution of your fourth last, that is this fourth unit, this this semester answers. Okay, thank you.